Have you ever heard the duck soup joke, though?
I've never heard the duck soup joke, no.
So...
Tell me, please. I want to know of it.
You take a whole head of cabbage, right?
All right.
About 12 carrots.
Okay.
You put those in a big old bowl.
Yep.
You pour about 5 cups of sugar in there.
Sugar?
Okay. About 12 cups of chicken broth.
Okay.
A T-bone steak.
Yep.
A marbled rye bread.
Okay.
A whole loaf.
Whole loaf of bread.
And some graham crackers. And then you crunch them in, stir it up, have one bite of that, you'll duck soup for the rest of your life. That's the level of comedy we're dealing with today, folks. Yay! On this episode of Records and Reels. This is where the intro would go if we had one.
Wait, no, this is our intro. We're cool.
We're introducing ourselves.
Yep.
I will introduce you, sir. This is Richie.
And this is Bean.
I'm Bean.
This is Bean.
I am just but a bean.
This is Ben. This has been...
You caught me off guard with my own name.
This is Ben.
So, nope, I'm gonna go back in.
Okay. Okay.
This episode...
We're not editing that out.
Yes,
We're keeping that in.
We're editing it.
No, we're not. This is funny.
You better edit it out.
This is funny.
Oh, please. Today, we're talking about a little film called
Duck Soup.
From 1933.
Yes.
Starring all 4 of the Marx Brothers.
Yes.
Can you believe that?
Yes. Well, there were 4 of them. So.
I believe this is the last film that has all 4 of them.
Really? Yeah.
I think
so
that's true. If I'm wrong, fuck me.
We got Groucho. We got Chico. We got Harpo.
And then we have everyone's favorite, old Mr. White Bread, White Rice himself.
Beepy,
Zippy Boo Boo. Zeppo Marx. It's funny because, let's just jump right into it.
Yeah, let's go
Since
for it.
we're talking about Zeppo Marx.
Yep.
He does not give a shit in this film.
He just kind of shows up and he's there.
Like every other film that he's in with the Marx Brothers, he's just the straight-laced guy. He's the one there...
He's the straight man.
He's the one there to continue the plot on. He's the one there that makes sure that the Marx Brothers don't just fuck around with each other for, like, too long. He's like, no, we gotta finish this movie.
Yes.
And when he starts to sing, and he starts a musical of this, he's just so uncaring. He's just... and just not
the something coming and something and then
exactly.
Isn't that's how it goes? Yes. I think
you did a better job than he did there. I'm sorry, I skipped ahead to the most important opening title I've ever seen.
Yes.
NRA member, we do our part.
Yes.
Is the first image that you see in this film.
Did they supply the guns for this movie?
I guess so. I've seen this film before.
Did the National Rifle Association originally fund this film?
Maybe.
We'll find out.
Maybe we should have looked it up.
We should have looked it up and told you about it, but we don't because you know what we are? Tired.
Future us, can you tell us what it was? And then you cut here, and then we have this right now. No, we didn't figure it out. And then you cut back. Oh, sorry, here, let's do it again.
No, I'm keeping that whole.
No! Come on, it's an editing joke.
Yes, exactly. That's what makes it funny if we don't edit.
No,
all right. No. So, let's start with the title of this film.
Too meta. Duck Soup.
Duck Soup has nothing to do with the film.
Other than we see a couple boiling ducks in the beginning.
Yes. Why?
Well, I think it does come from that joke, the duck soup joke, which I kind of just butchered it, but all of their films have just not names that don't apply, like Horse Feathers and Monkey Business and
Animal Crackers,
Cocoa Nuts.
Yeah, the Cocoa Nuts.
The only one that does fit is A Night at the Opera, to be quite honest, or the one off the top of my head I can think of. Yeah.
So we're introduced to the land of Fredonia.
Hail Fredonia. Land of the brave and free.
Land of the kind of comedy. So so we're introduced and the new ruler shows up.
Rufus T. Firefly.
Played by Groucho Marx.
Every time something important happens, you hear the Fredonia theme song.
Yeah.
Hail, hail, Fredonia. And then, of course, Groucho, Firefly,
Yep.
if you will, makes his grand entrance through a fireman's pool.
Yep.
That's just in the middle of the hall that they're in.
And immediately starts going after the chairman of the whatever.
Instantly, just the woman who has the money.
Exactly.
I think it's funny that this movie is bookended by musical and war.
Yeah.
Because the beginning of this film is very much about, like, learning the situation of the war. Not really, though, because they don't really go too much into it. It's just like, oh, Sylvania's on the brink of destroying us. Sylvania, also a clock company at the time, I believe?
Yep, and they also made, like, TVs and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember owning a Sylvania TV when I was younger.
I don't know if that's connection, but could be. Could be.
A Zenith.
The idea of the clock man taking over the world.
He's a clock man, and he doesn't wear glasses.
Did you ever see that film Clock Stoppers?
No. I'm intrigued now, though.
It's a Nickelodeon film.
Oh, is that the one, and it was,
They stopped the clock?
No, this is not a Disney film.
No, that's... I know what you're talking about. I can't remember what they're called. They wear white
The guy
jackets.
from, like, Hatching Pete is in it.
Yeah, what's it called? It's called The Rewinders. I don't know what that one's called.
It's called Be Kind Rewind by Michel Gondry.
I like that film.
Me too. But we're not talking about it. We're talking about Duck Soup.
Oh, I'm gonna...
We're tired. It's early, guys.
For you, maybe it's whenever time o'clock.
Yeah. You could be watching this at 2 p.m. You could be watching it at 4. That's it.
Those are the only times. We're airing strictly at 2 and 4 on wherever you're watching this.
Could be AM, could be PM. That's up to you.
Groucho comes in.
Yes?
Groucho comes in, right?
Yeah.
He starts singing a good old song, a good old Groucho song.
About the rules of the country.
He's going to lay down the rules, and he's telling these people, if they think that their country's bad now, just wait until he gets through with it.
Which I think is really funny to start with.
It is. He lays down all the obscene rules.
Yeah.
He just, no chewing gum.
No chewing gum, no whistling.
No whistling. If you're going to grift, he needs to be in the cut.
Yep. If your wife falls in love with someone else, they let her decide, and
if she doesn't choose you,
you're dead.
They shoot you.
They line you up against the wall, and pop goes the weasel.
They're gonna shoot you.
They're gonna shoot you.
That's a fun song.
It's a really fun song.
It's
I
a
like
fun song.
it. Mm-hmm. When he rolls up his pants to go with a.
He's just singing in people's faces.
Yep.
That was what made me laugh really hard when I rewatched this the first time. He's just singing in the guards' faces.
Yep.
Just being an asshole. He has this... So Groucho is this iconic person. He's...
Yep.
All the other films we talked about recently, these people don't... I guess Harold Lloyd played a heightened version of himself, technically.
Yep.
But these are them. This is Groucho Marx.
This is their vaudeville act.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. This is them, and this is how they work. And he has this dry delivery that he's famous for.
I don't think if I've ever tried to recollect this film, I've never called the character Rufus. I've always called it Groucho.
Yeah, it's Groucho Marx.
Yeah.
It's not Rufus T. Firefly.
Exactly.
It's just like in Horse Feathers when he's the dean, and it's just like...
Right, he's Groucho Marx.
Exactly.
Yep.
So, he has this dry delivery.
Yeah.
He's always insulting people.
He loves the woman, but he's insulting her the whole time.
Exactly. He's just an odd character, and I think that's part of the reason I was thrown off when I first was introduced to the Marx Brothers.
Yeah.
Because this is the first one I saw, and I was like, these guys are assholes.
They are
They're
assholes.
big old assholes.
They kind of are.
They're not like characters, they're like a parasite or an infection that you get. You like, oh, we came down, like, in each movie is them infecting a different place.
Yeah.
Like, like Monkey Business is them on a cruise. It's like, oh, we got a case of, they're almost like literally rats because they're hiding in barrels. And in Horse Feathers, they infect a school, and here they've infected a whole country, apparently.
Exactly.
The Marx Brothers have taken over.
Yep. So, but is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It depends on if you...
Depends on if you like them or not.
It depends on if you want to be fucked with, and if you have money.
Right.
So if you have money, you're better off.
So we're introduced to two spies from Sylvania.
Mr.
Ciccolini and
Pinky
and Ciccolini,
played by Chico and Harpo Marx, respectively. Oh, you heard that in stereo. Ting. Ciccolini and Pinky, I'm just going to call them Chico and Harpo.
Yeah, Chico and Harpo. Yep, Chico and Harpo, yep.
They're spies sent to shadow Rufus T. Firefly.
Groucho, yep.
And like they always do, they fuck up.
Well, yeah,
They fuck up.
they do some of my favorite scenes of this movie.
Yeah,
I feel like in this movie, the funniest parts come from Chico and Harpo.
Together, I would agree.
Together. The lemonade stand and the peanuts.
Alright, this is where we're going to get into
Peanuts! Get your peanuts!
Peanuts! Do you? When they first... Their first interaction with the Peanut and Lemonade Man, they're assholes to him first.
Exactly.
And then they just terrorize this guy. They kick him. They use his product. He cuts his pocket out of his pants.
Yeah.
And he throws his hat in the fire.
He throws that in the fire.
Multiple times.
Mm-hmm. But it's that slapstickness about it that's so funny.
No, I was so pissed the first time I watched it.
One of my favorite things
is
when he just grabs his arm and just makes him hold his leg up.
It's just it's a
and
weird
his hat's
gag.
there and he puts his leg in it.
It's a strange gag that works for that. And I do, and I respect it because it's so quick. These Marx Brothers are like Gatling guns of comedy. They just shoot them out. Mm-hmm. And that's why if there's a groaner or two, it's okay because the next one is going to be okay. I actually have a list of groaners that I'll go through.
All right, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it now. Let's do some groaners.
I danced before Napoleon. Actually, he danced before me, about 200 years before me.
See, that has no sense.
Even in context.
Yeah.
There's a classy one that's like, oh, this country's out of order, and the plumbing's out of order. Dumb comedy. You got a license to be there? My dog's got a license. He's got millions of them.
I like that one, like lice.
I get the joke.
I'm just trying to explain these jokes.
She sounds like lice.
Yeah. Oh, we get it.
My father was a Headstrong. My mother was an Armstrong. They got together, and that's how... he said something about darkies. I know, it gets weird. And that's how the darkies were created.
Especially, with the talkies, and with the invention of it, I feel like they just tried to say whatever they thought was quick and funny.
Yes, exactly. They throw out any joke.
Any joke. If it lands, it lands. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But because the film is a talkie in their sound, they have to get... I feel like it's almost like we have to leave our legacy of exactly what we do.
Like, you don't have a quiet moment until, later on.
But there were also some really great jokes in this one as well. One of my favorites is, what are those things that you drive around during a war?
Tanks.
You're welcome. That's a great one. I love it just because it was fast.
So that's... Alright, so we should talk about the Marx Brothers individually then.
Yeah.
And who our favorites are, but we'll talk about them each individually first.
Yep.
Groucho is the dry delivery, the comeback, and the
insult comic.
He's the closer. He always has a closing line. Yep. He's always closing the scene. Mm-hmm. And he's always got he's got
that grease paint mustache.
And it looks like tape almost.
It looks like tape, yeah.
But he's the driest one, I would say. But he's the one who I would say per scene puts out the most jokes.
Exactly. Even if they don't land,
exactly.
He has to be talking the most and be saying the most.
And even with Harpo's quick fire way of doing his physical comedy and his prop comedy.
Yep.
The original Carrot Top.
Calm down.
But I still think Groucho is still shooting him out faster than even Harpo
even
can
Chico,
perform them. Or Chico, and then brings us to the Chico. So Chico's the pun man.
He is. He knows. And if he hears something, he's gonna be like, "Oh, okay, it's kind of like that."
Yeah, it sounds like this. When he's on the stand, that's his shining glory.
Yes. Oh man.
There's
Texas,
Dollars, Texas.
Yes, Dollars, Texas.
What has 4 ears and a big trunk and big floppy ears, 4 legs and a big old trunk? That's irrelevant. Irrelevant. That's the answer. A nice. That kind of conjecture we can eliminate. I could go for a big, nice, cold glass of lemonade. Not to give it away, but I think Chico is my favorite. Even though most of the groaners I have are from him.
Yep.
I just love it. I love the commitment to it too. And he knows it's stupid.
Yeah.
And Groucho knows it's stupid too at points, because at some points he'll tell a
He gets
joke.
so annoyed, yeah.
And then he'll like kick him out of the room.
Yeah.
But sometimes, especially when he's on trial, he's like, "Oh, good one." Like they play by their own logic.
Exactly.
And that's what makes the indelible image from this film work so well.
That's the word!
That's the word!
He said the magic word!
The magic word is indelible.
Indelible.
Indelible. I'm alive, damn it. It's a miracle my brain came up with that.
What's that one? Indelible. 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 From Brandy in Cinderella. Impossible. Impossible. Indelible.
We'll talk about the indelible.
See, that joke didn't land. Like, kind of
but
the
we
jokes
have
in this
more
film.
jokes. We have more jokes.
Yeah.
We have more jokes coming. We can make you laugh. But we'll talk about that in a second. The indelible element of this film.
So let's go to the next.
Let's go to Harpo.
Harpo, who is my personal favorite.
Harpo's such a dick.
Oh my god. See, I don't even think it's what he does is prop comedy. It's silent comedy. I mean, one of my favorite gags is when he's on the phone and he's using the horns.
And that is pretty impressive. When he's doing something like that, I like. But when he's just being a dick,
that is
no
very
reason,
dangerous. You are bouncing that on your knee.
It's okay. It's just hanging out down the street. That'd be some prop comedy for you. Here, you can't tell which coffee I'm drinking.
Well, the straw.
This is the last straw, Richie. Stop calling me out about my coffee.
We only use paper ones. Save the turtles.
Let's cut to a clip of duck soup. I don't know what it's gonna be.
Let's just get another quick clip of Nathaniel dancing.
My name is Nathaniel.
Can we dance?
I like to dance.
Crazy kid. But Harpo, why does he have to be such an asshole? Is that where his comedy in lies?
Well, I mean,
him,
if you kind of it's that sort of still coming from the silent era comedy. I mean, if you think about it, Harold Lloyd was kind of an asshole. Didn't he try to like lock a cop in a shed? Like, didn't he try to like do stuff like?
Yeah, but he did it because he was an opportunist. He was trying to like get himself further. Harpo's just doing it because he likes chaos.
Exactly. He is Harpo is a chaotic evil.
He's a chaotic evil.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's what I love about him. Yes. He's just there to fuck shit up.
It's true.
Some of my favorite gags from film come out of him. The tattoos.
Yes. Oh, that's the tattoos.
What's his name? And it's on his arm.
Who are you? It's him.
It's him. And then it was just, what about your dog? And the dog barks at him for the tattoo.
That's a great effect.
Where are you from? And it's like a state.
Yeah, it's like a house.
Yeah.
And he goes meow.
Yeah.
That's a great effect, I'll say. I cannot be done with talking about the Marx Brothers without talking about America's sweetheart, Zeppo.
Zeppo. The stone cold killer, Zeppo Marx.
Who is clearly so done in this film that he just didn't want to be there. And that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, tensions always run high, especially with family, but
exactly. Oh well.
That's life.
Zeppo, we hardly knew ye.
When on the road to sweet Haru, Zeppo, we hardly knew ye.
Can I bring something up about Harpo in this film?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk about Harpo.
Does Harpo fuck a horse?
No.
I think he fucked a horse. Because there's a shot, he's riding his horse, he goes to see some woman who beckons to him from a window. He brings the horse up, and we see, in the morning, we just see a shot of one pair of shoes, a shot of another pair of shoes,
and then
then 2 pairs of horseshoes. And the horse is in bed with him, and they're spooning, and he's the little spoon.
So, I mean...
So a horse fucked Harpo.
Yeah. No. The mafia came. And they were like, let's not just kill the horse. Let's just put him in bed with him.
Let's go do a clip of that. You know which clip to use.
Yeah. No, I don't. But let's go for it.
Oh, shit. Hold on. You know what I'm talking about, right? The Godfather one that you set up?
Peanuts, get your peanuts. Peanuts to you.
He fucks the horse. The horse fucks him.
He does not fuck the horse.
He fucks the horse.
The horse could have just climbed into bed and had a nightmare.
But they both took their shoes off.
But he was also in bed with the wife too, or that lady.
No, she was in a different bed.
Okay, he fucked the horse.
I think my problem with Harpo was that he was a dick, but like
yeah.
And that's fine. It's comedy. I get it. You gotta make.
It's fun to be the asshole.
It is. It's fun to be the asshole, and he does make me laugh. He does make me laugh. But it plays it off like he's just a little scamp.
Yeah, he's like, oh, look at me, I'm just a little troublemaker.
You're in your 30s, asshole. Stop. Stop being a dick.
One of my favorites is when he just cuts ties of people.
Yeah,
he just cuts people's ties.
He cuts his feather off.
The cigar.
The cigar, the hot
Have a cigar.
And the boy gets a cigar. The Marx Brothers just have this real rhythm of comedy that I don't think I was in tune to until watching this again.
Yep.
Because after this, I watched. I had seen this and Night at the Opera.
Yep.
And then I watched this again, and I was like, okay, I get it now.
Mm.
I'm more inclined to it.
Yep.
And then I watched Horse Feathers, which Horse Feathers is essentially this film, but in college. They're essentially this. It starts with Groucho just being named the head of this organization, and then singing a song about how he's gonna fuck it up. And then he finds Chico and Harpo doing something else, and then
like, help me out.
He gets them involved, and Zeppo's just there being,
Zeppo.
the plot, and it's bookended again by just the plot of school, as this film is the war, because this, it's war for
to war.
It's a war.
We're going on to war.
It's about 10 minutes of war,
yeah,
and then about 30 to 40 minutes of the Marx Brothers fucking around. Yeah. And I like when they play off each other. Howdy, ho. All right, let's get into it since you're so eager.
What?
The war song.
It was so good.
It is.
It's such a good scene.
It's fun.
They break out the banjos.
And
then they start doing the xylophone on the helmets, which is I think the first instance of people doing that.
You can see
in comedy.
You can and you can see comedy inspiration in this film too.
Yes.
And with the quick cuts of the crowd, they're like, to war, to war, to war. And also another instance of quick comedy is the Emperor's car. The Emperor's car. Like, just that quick cutting. That reminds me of Monty Python.
Yes,
like,
very
you can
much
see
so.
that clear inspiration, like that through line.
And then one of the best gags of the film, which we haven't even talked about yet, the mirror.
The mirror is exactly.
That is where the Marx Brothers shine.
Yes.
That vaudeville style. This is the routine that they've done on stage for so many years.
This is the indelible image of the film.
Exactly. This is what makes Duck Soup.
Exactly. It's classic comedy. It works so well. And it works well because they accept each other because they're on the same... Obviously, they're not doing exactly the same.
Yeah,
but they accept
get it,
because they appreciate each other's logic so much that they're on the same playing field that they're like, all right.
Exactly.
It's just wonderful to see. It's a great act.
It is. So let's
go to war.
Let's go to war. And let's talk about the war.
Let's go to war. This is actually proceed. This is right after the mirror scene is Chico on trial, and then they go to war. Because Groucho Marx is an upstart. I actually wrote that down before I remembered that upstart was an integral part of the plot. Because it's funny. It's just like, that's not... Why is that offensive? Mm-hmm. Obviously, that's the joke. Hey, do you want jokes explained to you? I'll be there.
Please.
But they go to war. They sing this big old war song, mocking these giant musicals of the time. Like...
Howdy, ho.
All God's children got guns.
Yeah.
It's just odd to see, but it's fun. It's fun.
Yep.
It's a big old.
It's a screwball comedy.
Exactly.
I should say.
Exactly. It goes big. It goes big and it goes for it, and that's really what I expect. Again, bring in like all these jokes. Mm-hmm. This song is filled with jokes and like quick cuts and editing jokes, and I'm like, wow, this. Hey, you know what? Anyone ever told you these Marx Brothers? pretty good.
Speaking of songs, I know you have some picks for the songs to pair with this film. How about you talk about those, and then we'll talk about some final thoughts.
Sneaking them in.
Yeah.
So, the first song I had was Barbra Streisand by Duck Sauce.
Yep. You're just pointing. I don't know what you're pointing at.
Huh?
What's up? What's that up there?
And then the other song I had is a Flight of the Conchords song, The Most Beautiful Girl in the Room. Mm-hmm. Maybe a little bit of a cop-out to pick a comedy song for a comedy film.
I mean...
But I feel like it's on the same comedy spectrum. Like, it's on the same wavelength of comedy that the Duck Soup Brothers.
Duck Soup Brothers.
The Marx Brothers.
Yes.
No Duck Soup for you.
No Duck Soup for you.
That sounds like something Chico could say.
Yeah.
But it feels like the same rhythm of comedy that the Marx Brothers are on in that Flight of the Conchords song.
Awesome picks.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. I hope you guys, go give them a listen. Well, as always, we put the links to these songs in the description, so you're able to click down below and see what you like to see.
See what you like.
So let's kind of go into our final bits of this movie.
Final bits of this movie.
Yeah. So, what is your favorite part?
My favorite part. It has to be the mirror. What else can I pick but the mirror? It's such a good, again, talking about a silent moment in a talkie, it works not effortlessly. They make it look so effortless because they're the master of their craft, obviously. If I had to pick a non-standard answer, I guess my favorite gag would have to be the sidecar gag.
Yes.
That repeats throughout the film.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the housing of many of Groucho's closers. It's like, I love traveling this way. There's no other way to travel. Mm-hmm. How about yourself, sir?
My favorite part is the peanut lemonade stand terrorization of the man there.
That poor man.
It's rapid fire comedy, and it gets you every time, and you feel so bad for him because here are these dicks that show up and just mess with this guy.
It's an overwhelming amount of comedy in a good way.
Mm-hmm. All right, least favorite moment.
That part.
All right.
No. Because it is, I will admit, it is good comedy. I guess just Zeppo singing. Zeppo singing in the beginning.
Yep.
Is just, it's just there. It's just there to turn it into a musical for about 10 minutes, and then again 10 minutes later on. 10 minutes at the end. What was your least favorite part?
Ooh, probably most of the office interactions of Groucho, Harpo, and Chico. The plot.
Yeah.
So, just give me an hour and a half of them just talking to each other, honestly.
See, that's where I think people usually pick this one to highlight the Marx Brothers.
Yep.
Because it has the best gags, but I think it's also the perfect length. Because after an hour, I'm like, all right, I'm tired.
Yes.
I'm tired.
The movie leaves you tired.
Exactly. You feel like you've just oh man, been through a lot.
Yep.
That's why I think you could. I think you could swap in and out this and Horse Feathers a little bit. Mm-hmm. Though Horse Feathers has a little bit more of just straight up music.
Yep.
Where Zeppo plays Harpo plays the harp.
Finally. Jesus. All right. So, how did this movie make you?
I just got it.
Fuck you. All right. What was your?
Finally, he says.
How did this movie make you feel?
It made me feel good. It made me feel tired but good. There's just so many jokes. There's so many physical jokes. There's so many random gags. At the end, Groucho's just switching hats.
Yeah.
And just no continuity, but it doesn't matter because you're here for the jokes.
Exactly.
And that's.
I feel the exact same way.
I respect that.
I feel the exact same way about it.
I'm glad you do.
All right, cool.
I'm glad.
All right, guys. Well, that concludes our first month of Records and Reels.
We did
it. Somehow. Join us next month. These two episodes are going to be up Well, they'll be up when you watch it. So,
if you're watching this, these videos are up.
Stick around, because the first Saturday of February, there will not be a video, but starting the 4 Saturdays of February, after the 1st, because we have 2 episodes going up this upcoming week.
That sounds right.
Yep. We are going to be looking at the comedy films of a Mr. Mel Brooks. So, join us for that, and get our kind of commentary on that. I'm really looking forward to doing it.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be a great month. Thanks, guys, for tuning in for us for our first month of Records and Reels. We look forward to doing some more.
We couldn't do it without you, and we wouldn't do it if you weren't here. So.
Comment down below why you love us so much.
And why you love the Marx Brothers. Who are we the most like in terms of Marx Brothers? You tell us.
And tell us what our Dungeon and Dragons things for our neutral things
tell
are.
us our...
Tell us what you think we are.
Chart?
Alignment chart,
Tell us what you think our star chart looks like.
Yeah. Look at me. Do I look like a Virgo?
Look at me. Do I look like a virgin?